how to add beads on the cheap or the easy, whichever way you want to put it. I'm going to turn my phone. I'm trying to set this up so you can see. And see my hands. There we go. Okay, so I was at the fabric shop and I happened to come across the sale bin, and they had this for a post string on sale, and it's beads on gimping. So it was originally $72. It's $9 a yard, and I got it for half price. So I thought I'm going to try adding this to sari weaving for a wall hanging. Now I already did this fringe one. You can see there's the gimping or satooshes on the top. And now I'm going to add these beads. I did a little bit of weaving, plain weaving in between. And now I am going to open up my shed and run this through. Now, it might be easier to drop it through, push it through to the bottom, but I want to see what I'm doing. So I am going to figure out it's like every, it doesn't matter. Just pull these down so that they lay within the warp. This one should come over here. And then just pull them close. You can do this with, it seems tedious, but if you strung all of these, whoa, if you strung all of these, it'd be a heck of a lot more tedious. And really, if you're not filming it, it goes a whole lot easier. Something with getting a camera out. And naturally they want to fall to the bottom because they're heavy. But like I said, I want to see what I'm doing. I'm surface weaving. I got several different kinds of this. I've got, I bought the natural fringe, and then I bought coins, which are really cool. And they have black. I'll show you those. I hope you're getting this. I got my Radial sweatshirt on. It's cold in my studio. I don't know, the temperature's supposed to warm up outside, but it seems like the warmer they say it is, the colder it is inside. Can't figure that one out. I don't know if it's a dampness factor or, I hope you can see what I'm doing here. If not, you should be able to understand it. I'm just pulling. I left this all attached so I have room for error. See, this is going to look like one of those old hippie weavings. Love it. But it's a whole lot easier than, I would say, threading the beads and putting them on. And you can see where they naturally want to come up. Okay, now I'm just going to bring this down to snug it in, switch sheds, and run a few passes. I left it's still attached here because I'm not sure if I want to do another row. It might be too much. So I want to get a little bit of substantial distance in between here. And then my idea is, slept on this last night, is to do a clasp weft. Oh, I was like, why is that bending down? The weight of the beads are pulling this down. So these are cool, and you can get all kinds of different fringe. Use your imagination when you're shopping for them. Okay, I have a bag. Here we go. This is the other cool one that I got. I got a smaller rayon fringe, like this rayon. I can add that in there. I'd like it to stick up, so I'll have to work on that. This was the one that I put in there, first. It's a cotton fringe, and that's what this is. And then I thought this is kind of a cool thing, because if you lay it in here, just gives it a little, look at that. I like the sound of this, very honestly, but I think it'll look neat. I might actually put that in right now. And this is where most of the ornate things will be. I am going to cut that. Cut this off. And I'm just cutting it. I will put some fray check on it later. I'm not going to worry about it now. And fray check has come a long way. It used to be really picky, and now they have a softer and much kinder version. Okay, so I opened my shed to the opposite again. Opposite shed. Try and get it so that the band is all one way. And then once again, I don't want that right on the end. So I'm going to pull this in here. And that will be that one. And this will, I'm going to cut this so I'm not fighting with this other end. This is just kind of another fun thing to add to, weaving. Oh, great. Well, that was nice. Maybe that's why it was on sale. Except for I don't think this was on sale. Okay, so I'm going to leave that in the middle. Maybe it's because I cut it. It might have had a... Whoa, this is hard to see. It's a little putsy, but I think the end result is pretty rewarding. Like I said, you can see where it needs to come up. It's not rocket science. Okay, that needs to come over. lay nice. There should be one in here. Yeah, I'm thinking, oh, it's a separate thread that runs along holding the coins on. Well, that's pretty cheesy. And very honestly, this one wasn't on sale. I just bought like a foot of it or a yard or whatever. I got more than a yard, about a yard. Stuff's not cheap by no means. But watch for it on sale because they've got end lots of different ones. I'm just moving this over here, pulling these down to see. I can just imagine when you pick this up how cool it's going to look in my head. Don't be afraid to try new things. What really is the worst thing that could happen? If this doesn't work, I just cut it out. Take it out, or don't ever do it again. No big deal. Okay, this is an end, and I know that I cut this thread over here, so this one might come off. Maybe not. Okay, then I'm gonna close that down. I'm liking that. And then I'm gonna throw a couple past. Oh, what happened there? Okay, this end didn't. Oh, I know what it is. I'm going to go over. I didn't put any, normally I put floating salvages on the ends. But not on this because it's sorry weaving and it's not important. Now to make it give it a little bit of continuity, I'm going to add a black stripe. I think I'm doing like 5. I have some black here. This is some sort of boucle. When you do your weaving, when you put it in your shuttle, it feeds best if it comes over the top through the hole. So that's what I do. I'm going to add that over on this side. And that'll just make it, not that I'm an even Steven person, but yeah, I am even Steven, but it'll make it look like it was meant, like this is woven too, not like you wove in a bunch of gimping. I'm just going to use this till it's gone because then I've got an empty bobbin. This is some kind of boucle. I've got so many cones of yarn. Now I'm going out of my sweet spot, so I am going to advance my warp a little. And your sweet spot is where you find it's most comfortable to weave, and you get a good shed, good open shed. Every craft, hobby, sport has a sweet spot. Okay, that's ended. I'm just going to tuck this in. I don't have a lot of warp left on this pre-wound warp. I don't want to start the front or the sides of my Monet jacket and run out. So I'm gonna wait to put on a new one, which I have to check to make sure I have one. Okay, so that's it. Isn't that cool? Pre-fringed, and then I'll have this black fringe underneath here. I did do a header under there so that this had something to sit on. I can do black fringe under here so it kind of has a shadow. Kind of has. And this edge here I'll just trim. There. I'm liking it. Okay, thanks. Can't move.